Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the first three rounds of the 2025 British Open. I've split it up into a morning group and an afternoon group. There are a total of 93 golfers each, or completed. That's going to be competing to make the cut, get it down to 70. We split them up. There are 18 live golfers. So I've got 9 live golfers in the morning round, and I've got 9 live golfers in the afternoon round. And the guy that won the championship real world, he'll be in the afternoon group also. So he goes over here. So we'll move them over there, and we will shuffle them later. But right now, I just want to get them out of the way. These live golfers, I'm going to insert randomly, and then we're going to shuffle everything. But I don't want them to be back to back. I kind of want them mixed around a little bit. Live golfers, so hopefully we can get that done. And now we can give them a good shuffle. And there should be an operative word. There should be 46 golfers in this grouping. And if we're going to make groups of 8, then that means we're going to have 6 golfers in each of the 8 stacks. And hopefully that math comes out. We'll find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, these two are stuck together. Okay. So there's our 8 grouping, or 8 piles. I'm just going to fill it in, and it should be roughly 6 per. It might be a little bit. There might be 1 or 2 less at the end or something like that. So that's what we're going by. There were a lot of guys that appeared at the British Open that were not carded by Play.com because they're on a foreign tour. I did pick out the live golfers that were there, but there's guys on the European tour that are not carded, and obviously I don't have them. So, all right, so the last 2 groups only going to have 5. Everybody, the first 6 groups are going to have 6. Last 2 groups are going to have 5. So, if you've seen this before, if you haven't seen it before, we'll run through it very quickly. We go over here to making the cut. We're going to roll 2 D6s and just basically what it says. If it says draw golfer, it's the guy right on top. If it says top golfer, then we go by the ratings that they're given. So we're going to roll the 2 D6s, read them Play.com style, lowest to highest, and see what we get. We get a 15. So 15 says we're going to draw 4 golfers, top golfer remaining. So there's only 6 in the group. So we're going to draw 4, and they're going to make the cut automatically. And that's Carlos Ortiz. He is a live golfer. Nikolai Hodgaard. Taylor Pendrith. And Patrick Cantlay. They all make it. Now it's the top 2. If there are 2 cards or 2 golfers remaining, the top golfer is going to make it. The lower golfer will not make it. And so Tristan Lawrence does not make the cut. Ludwig Oberg does. So there you go. That's the first grouping. And now it's just a rinse and repeat. And we get a 45. 45 states, draw 1 golfer, choose top 4 remaining. So I'm going to draw 1 golfer. And that draw golfer is Davis Riley. And now there are 5 remaining. We're taking the top 4 out of the 5. And that's Lucas Glover, Matt McCarty, Matty Schmid, and Phil Mickelson. They'll make it. Manacero does not. All right, we go to the next grouping. We get a 36. 36 says draw 3 golfers, choose top 3 remaining. So that's everybody. Everybody's going to make it. So we got Brooks Koepka from the Live Tour, Nick Taylor, Roy McIlroy, Kevin Yu, Russell Henley, and Justin Thomas. Boy, that was a good grouping there. Probably a good thing they did all make it, because it'd been a shame to see some of those guys not make the cut. But they all made it. So now we come over here. And we get a 24. 24 says draw 2 golfers, top 2 remaining. So we're going to draw the first 2. They'll make it. Henrik Stenson from the Live Tour and Patrick Reed from the Live Tour. And then we have 4 remaining golfers here, but only the top 2 will make it. So the bottom 2 will miss the cut. So we have Thomas Dietrich, Minwoo Lee, Mackenzie Hughes, and Bryson DeChambeau. So these are the top two. Bottom two, Dietrich and Lee, will miss the cut. That's an 11. And 11 says top golfer only. So how about that? Out of these 6 golfers, only the top golfer is going to make it. So there could be some good players miss the cut here. Shane Lowry is the top golfer right now, but that doesn't mean anything. 3, yeah, he's a 3A, so he's going to make the cut. Nobody else will. So Ryan Fox, Bud Cauley, Cam Smith, Dean Burmester, and Ben Griffin are all going to miss the cut. He's a 2L, but he's a 5C in majors. So that's why he didn't make it. So some good names there do not make the cut, unfortunately. But that's what happened to enroll in 11. All right, we get a 26. 26 says draw 4 golfers top to remain. So again, all of them are going to make it. Everybody's going to make it. So Takumi Kanaya, Nico Echeverria, Tommy Fleetwood, who won last week's tournament at the Travelers, Justin Rose, Tom Hogue, and Joaquin Neiman from the Live Tour. They'll all make it. Now, these two groups only have 5 golfers. 45, so it's a good chance a lot of these guys will make it. 45, draw 1 golfer, top 4 remaining. Well, that's everybody. So that's Beza Hooton, Ricky Fowler, Denny McCarthy, Harry Hall, and Sepp Straka. They all make it. Now the last grouping, 45. I think it's the same thing we just had. Yep, sure is. So they're going to make it as well. So Keegan Bradley, Zach Johnson, Jasper Swenson, Tom Kim, and Sahith Tagala. They all make it. So the only guys that don't make it in the morning round are Ryan Fox, Bud Cauley, Cam Smith, Burmester, who's from the Live Tour. So is Smith, Minwoo Lee, Thomas Dietrich, Manacero, and Tristan Lawrence. So they all missed the cut in from the morning. So let's total up how many golfers we have for the morning cut and see if we can get somewhere near that 35 mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 37. That's fine. 37 is just fine. So we got 37 that have made the cut for the morning group, and we're getting ready to go to the afternoon group. We'll do the same thing. We'll take our 9 live golfers and just kind of randomly put them in here. Try to mix them up a little bit if we can. We're going to shuffle these anyway, but for general purpose, just trying to do some things with that. And shuffler is going to go right there, and we're going to shuffle everything. So they're all going to be shuffled up. We're going to have 47 in this grouping. So the first 7 groups are going to have 6. Last group's going to have 5. That's the way that's going to work. And we're just going to repeat what we just did. Count out the 8. And that will set the field. Once we do this, that'll set the field for the 2025 British Open. Then we'll move directly to the 3rd round to see who the top 12 contenders are that we're going to be watching on Sunday. I'm really looking to do this full force next season because I got here obviously late this year. So I'm not, I'm behind the schedule of the regular PGA Tour because I started so late. But next year, I'm going to get the 26 set and start it off from the Hawaii tournament and just run the whole thing. And this was more of a practice run, which was really good because I think it really prepared me for next year. Not that this year hasn't been fun, but I think it'll really prepare me for next year. All right, going through the same process. Let's see what we get. We get a 40. Is that a 45 again? Yep, 45. Draw 1 golfer, top 4 remaining. So that means the draw golfer, Aldrich Potgetter, will make it. And now the top 4 of the 5. So only the lowest rated golfer is the only one that's not going to make it. Oosthuizen is 8C for major, so he's probably not going to make it. 2A, 2C, 2A, and 5A. Yep, so Oosthuizen will miss the cut. So Corey Connors, Matt Fitzpatrick, J.J. Spawn, and Jonathan Vegas all make the cut. And we go to the next grouping. We get a 24. Still haven't got any outstanding golfers yet. draw 2 golfers, top 2 remaining. So we're going to draw 2 and take the top 2 left. Thorben Olsen and Ben Campbell from the Live Tour will make it. Now we need the top 2 of the remaining 4. And Dustin Johnson is a 6B for, he's a 3L, but he's a 6B for major, so that's probably going to eliminate him. Brian Harmon and Jordan Spieth are 3As. Cameron Young is a 3C, so he's not going to make it. He's a 1C in the 3rd round, but we're not in the 3rd round. So Dustin Johnson and Cam Young are going to miss the cut, unfortunately for them. And now we have this group. We get a 13. 13 is draw 2 golfers, choose top remaining. So we're going to draw the first 2 and then take the top guy left. Adam Scott's going to make it. And so is Mark Leishman from the Live Tour. Now only the top golfer will make it. Top golfer is Robert McIntyre. So that means Colin Morikawa, Hahn, and Davis Thompson all missed the cut. McIntyre will make the cut. Get a 45 again. That's the numbers come up quite a bit. Draw 1 golfer, top 4 remaining. So only 1 guy is not going to make it. So the draw golfer is Scotty Scheffler. Now the top 4 out of the 5, Yager, Kim, another Kim, Hojard, and Gracerman. So it looks like Hojard's not going to make it. He's a 5A. Everybody else is 3 and 4. So we got Yager, Gracerman, and Siwoo Kim and Michael Kim. They all make it. I don't think they're related. So now we go to the next grouping. Still no outstanding golfers. And another, I just keep rolling 45s. It's amazing. And once again, we're going to draw 1 golfer, take the top 4 remaining. So Tyrell Hatton from the Live Tour will make the cut. Now the top 4 remaining out of the 5. So 1 guy is not going to make the cut. Sergio is a 5A for major, so he's on the bubble. 5B. So he beats out Wallace because Wallace is a 5B. Sergio is a 5A, so he's going to make it. JT Poston, Chris Kirk, John Rahm, and Sergio Garcia all make the cut. Whittling down now. We get a 13. 13, draw 2 golfers, choose top remaining. So Novak and Sam Burns are going to make the cut. Now only the top guy left is going to make the cut. And that's right now is Sander Schauffele. I don't see anybody else beating him. So Maverick McNeely, who's a good golfer, is not going to make the cut. Neither is Jason Kokrak from the Live Tour or Chris Gotterup. So Xander Schauffele will make the cut. $16. Draw 5 golfers, choose top remaining. Well, that's everybody because there's only 6 in here. So Aaron Rai, Jason Day, Ashke Bhatia, Sanjay M, Hideki Matsuyama, and Lee Westwood from the Live Tour all make the cut. And now the last group only has 5 golfers, so we'll see what happens. 25. 25, draw 3 golfers, take top 2 remaining, so that's everybody. So Wyndham Clark, Harry English, Daniel Berger, Tony Finau, and Matthew Pavone all make the cut. So these guys do not make the cut. They will be moved to the side. Have no outstanding golfers. Nobody got the outstanding golfer role. So let's count up how many golfers made the cut in the afternoon group. Compare it to the 37 we already have for the morning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we had 36 make it. So we have a total of 73 golfers, and that is just fine. We need at least 70. Anywhere between 70 and 80 is usually preferable, but 73 works just fine. That means I can break them up into 8 group stacks of 7, with 1 stack having 8, as we don't have a stack of outstanding golfers on their own. So we're going to get our little leader pieces out. Oops, got our A's and our A minuses. Get those going. A's and the A minuses. And then we have the B pluses and the B's. And pretty much anything lower than B They're just playing for points. They can't be an emerging contender. You can't be an emerging contender unless you're at least a B. It's the only way you can do it. These are just for points at this point. At this stage of the game, we're just putting them out there to tally their points. And so we're going to roll and we'll have the decider die this time, because if there's a tie, it has to be broken by the decider die. So we're going to go ahead and move this around. And we're going to have let's get our groups of 8. And we're just going to fill it in all the way. And then the third round will commence. I could guesstimate this, as the book says you can, but I prefer to be more exact. I think it's worth the extra minute or so to get the exact number out here. That's assuming these cards aren't sticking together and I'm not putting down 2 at one time, which is certainly a possibility. It could happen, but I'm hoping it doesn't. Trying to make sure it doesn't happen, but sometimes you can't tell with these things. It's just the way it is sometimes, Okay, so one group is going to have, apparently, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, so 9. There are 9 groups of 8, which is 72, but the 73rd, we got a 10th person in the first group. There are 10 golfers in this first group, 9 in all the other groups. But we're going to start with this group over here to the far right, because I want to leave room for when these guys show up in their particular lettering, whether it's A+, A minus, B, whatever. So now we go to instead of here, we go right across the page to completing the third round. And you can see these little symbols in blue and white right here. If we get something that has one of those symbols, I'll put a marker by them, because they will then roll on the perks and issues chart after the end of the third round. So we'll keep that here. In fact, it says it right here. It gets placement and a roll on the tourney day perks and issues chart. So there you go. It says for added intrigue, if you want to call it intrigue. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start with this group here to the far right. And we get a 13. 13 says draw golfer contends with an A+. So how about that? The guy I draw off the top will get a perk, because there was a little blue symbol there, and he will be right here on the star as an A+. And that is Adam Scott. So Adam Scott's going to get to roll for a perk, and he will be an A+. 13. So the top golfer contends with A-. So the top golfer left contends with A-. Got Patrick Cantlay as a 2C. But DeChambeau is a 1C in majors, so he is the leader right now. McIlroy, though, is a 1B. He's going to beat him out. So McIlroy will beat him out, and he'll contend with an A. Or was it an A-? Let me double check that. A-, my bad. A-. Rory McIlroy gets the A-. The 1B beats out the 1C from DeChambeau. He's a 1C in the majors, but 1B beats him out. And then everybody else contends with a C+. So that means they could still, well, no, they couldn't. No, C+, you can't. So DeChambeau, Cantlay, Theegala, Sungjae M, Chris Kirk, Harry Hall, and Sergio Garcia all will be wishing they had a better tournament. So let's go to the next grouping right here. We get a 12, and that's top golfer contends with A+. So the top golfer is going to join Adam Scott in the A+ category. No perk or issue, but just simply going to have placement here. So we got Novak, who's a 2B. Can anybody beat him out? Doesn't look like it. No, they cannot. So Andrew Novak will get this spot as well. And then it says everybody else finishes B-. So we have Tom Kim, Batia, Hughes, Poston, Taylor, Riley, Kevin Yu, and Mark Leishman are all B-. So their tournament is basically over. Go to this grouping. We get a 34. 34 says top golfer contends with A-. So the top golfer Tommy Fleetwood's a 1C. Don't know if anybody else can beat him out. Doesn't look that way. Rahm is a 1L, but he's a 2A in majors, so he's a 2, so he does not beat him out. So Fleetwood on the 34, top golfer contends with A-. There is no perk there. Low golfer finishes with D-, but the others contend with B+. That means everybody else still has a chance. But the low golfer, from what I'm seeing here, the low golfer is going to be Phil Mickelson. He's a 6C for majors, so that's the low golfer. So Mickelson will be a D-. He's washed up anyway. And these guys will be in B+. Jasper Svensson, Aaron Rai, Shane Lowry, Aldrich Potgetter, Brooks Koepka, John Rahm, and Robert McIntyre. They can all factor in, especially if we don't get the 12 guys up that we need originally. We'll go back to this grouping here to fill out the list. And now this is the one stack with 10 golfers on it, so we'll see what happens. That is a 14. 14, it says top golfer contends with A. Everybody else finishes with C. So, wow. 9 golfers are going to finish with C. Only the top golfer is going to make it. And he will make it with a regular A. So the top golfer will go right here. Whoever the top, right now, Sepp Straka is a 2B. Can anybody beat him out? Joaquin Niemann's a 1L, but he's a 4A for majors. So that's not going to work. Vegas, no. Stenson, no. Schmid, no. Jason Day, no. Scotty Scheffler beats Straka out. So Scheffler gets the A position. And everybody else finishes with C. So they're all done, basically. So Sepp Straka, Zach Johnson, Matthew Pavone, Joaquin Niemann, Jonathan Vegas, Henrik Stenson, Matty Schmid, Jason Day, and Tony Finau all finished with regular C's. And they just will try again some other time, I guess. All right, next grouping. 25. 25. Draw golfer contends with an A and gets a perk. So the draw golfer will go right here with Scotty Scheffler and contend with a perk. And that is Sam Burns. So Sam Burns will contend with the perk. Then it says everybody else finishes with C pluses. No, wait a minute. Let's see. 25 draw. No, I'm sorry. Top golfer contends with A-. Top golfer contends with A-. They'll put him right here. Top golfer, A-. Top golfer right now, looking like Pendrith, unless somebody can beat him out. Patrick Reed's a 4 for majors. Russell Henley's a 1B, so unless somebody beats him out, he'll be right here, Russell Henley. I don't see anybody beating him out. Nope. Hatton's a 2C, so not going to make it. So the remaining golfers are finishes with a C. That's Taylor Pendrith, Beza Hooton, Kanaya, Patrick Reed, Ben Campbell, Brian Harmon, and Terrell Hatton. They all finish with regular C. So 3 stacks left. We get a 13. 13 draw golfer contends with A+. So we get a third person in the A+ category, and they'll get a perk. So whoever the draw golfer is, that is Wyndham Clark. He will get a perk. And then it says top golfer contends with A-. So top golfer will be right there. So out of this group, the top golfer right now is Justin Thomas. Yep, nobody can touch that. So Justin Thomas will contend with an A-. And then everybody else finishes with C pluses. So Hojard, Matsuyama, Echeverria, Kim, Olsen, Spieth, and Yager all get C pluses. And now we move on. 2 groups left. We get a 45. Draw golfer contends with A-. So draw golfer will get the perk and contend with an A-, whoever the draw golfer is. Harry English, and he'll get a perk. Then it says top golfer contends with an A, so they'll go right here, the top golfer of the group remaining. Let's see. Ortiz is a 2L, but he's a 4C on majors. So it looks like Oberg's a 2B, beats out Justin Rose barely, but Corey Connors is a 2A, so that beats out Oberg. So Corey Connors is the man. 45, he contends with an A. So he contends right here. The rest of these guys are going to finish D+. So Ortiz, Westwood, Rose, Oberg, Glover, Fowler, and Kim all get D+. Rough tournaments for them. Last group. And 11. Top golfer contends with an A+ and gets a perk. I ran out of things, so I'll use the little green thing to see who it is. This is the top golfer, not the draw golfer, but the guy with the best rating. So the guy with the best rating will join these three and be a four-way tie, basically, for the top, depending on how the scoring goes at the end. Keegan Bradley a 2B. Schauffele's a 1A, but is a 3A in the third round, so that puts him below Keegan Bradley. J.J. Spawn, though, is a 2A. He's going to beat Bradley out. So J.J. Spawn is there. Can anybody beat J.J.? McCarthy's a 1C, but he's a 4C in the third round. So, yep, J.J. is going to do it. He's going to be an A+, and he'll get a perk. And then everybody else contends with B+, so they could factor in later. Schauffele, Hogue, Bradley, Fitzpatrick, McCarthy, Grayserman, and Berger all finish B+. So the first step to do is to clear this board out, take everybody that's a B+ or less and remove them, because there are no Bs, so we don't need any Bs because there aren't any Bs there. We're only looking at B+. So we get all these lower level guys out of here. The B+ guys we'll put over here. And now let's see how many golfers we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got our 12. So nobody from here is going to jump in right away, but later in the round, in the back nine, there is an emerging contenders. There is an emerging contenders possibility. And if we get a certain role, we'll be pulling somebody from the B+ group. So got to keep an eye on that because that could happen. So we'll keep the B+ guys localized because they're going to be needed. The B guys, the B- guys and less can go on back with the guys that missed the cut, and we'll keep them separate so I can add their points at the end. So you can see what they get for the FedEx standings. But right now, that's what we have. So now we need to figure out scoring. That's where it's going to come into play, is scoring. So if we look at the real world tournament, Scotty Scheffler won this real world at 267, 17 under par. But 267 is the main number we're looking at. So we go to their scores. 267 falls in this grouping here, 263 to 267. So we're going to use this column to check the scores. A pluses are 197 or 198, depending on if you get the decider die. So now we're going to be using the decider die, and we're going to just go down the list. We're going to start with Adam Scott, see if he gets either a 197 or a 198. Adam Scott is a 198. Novak, he's a 198. Wyndham Clark, he's a 197. J.J. Spawn, he's a 198. So Wyndham Clark will have a one-shot lead here at the British Open as he shoots the first three round total of 297. There's a three-way tie for second between Scott, Novak, and Spawn. Scott, Novak, and Spawn are all tied for second at 298, one shot back. They are tied for second. Now, who's going to be in fifth? Well, we go to this A grouping under the 267 one, and it's either 199 or 200, depending on the dot. We start with Scotty Scheffler. He's going to be a 200. Sam Burns, he's a 200. Corey Connors, they're all 200. So all three of them are going to be three shots back. It's going to be a three-way tie for fifth at three shots back, as they have third round scores of 200. And that's going to be Scheffler, Burns, and Connors. Now we go to our A's, or A minuses rather. A minuses, it's either going to be 201 or 202. 201 or 202. How am I getting 297? It should be 197. I don't know why I'm putting 200s on here. For these lead guys, it should be 197 and 198, not 200. Something looked weird there. Let's fix that real quick. All right. Thought something looked weird there on the score sheet. I will clean this up. This is just a prototype, but I will recopy this when the tournament starts for real. I'll make it a lot neater. So now we're going again for the A minuses, and they're going to be 201 or 202. So we're starting with Rory McIlroy. He's a 202. He's 5 shots back. Fleetwood. He's a 201. Tommy Fleetwood, 4 shots back. 201. Now Russell Henley. He's 202. Justin Thomas. He's 202. Harry English. He's 202. So everybody else is 202. So Fleetwood's going to be 8th. Everybody, the last 4 are going to tie for 9th. And they will be 5 shots back. So no one is 6 shots back. That's probably a good thing. So McIlroy, 202. Henley, 202. Thomas, 202. And like I said, I will recopy this and make it neater. I'm just doing this now just to get it done. So that's where we're at right now. We've got Clark at 197. He's in the lead. Scott 198, Novak 198, and Spawn 198 are all tied for second, 1 shot back. Scheffler, Burns, and Connors are 3 shots back at 200. They are tied for 5th. All alone in 8th place is Tommy Fleetwood at 201, 4 shots back. And then a 4-way tie for 9th between Rory McIlroy, Russell Henley, Justin Thomas, and Mr. Harris English. All right, now we're going to roll for the perks. That's the last thing left. But before I do that, we need to put these guys where they're going to be. First of all, I'm going to take the guys with the perks and put them separate so I don't lose the fact that they have perks. Adam Scott and Wyndham Clark. Those 4 guys have perks. All right, so I'm going to move this out of the way. And now our leader is Wyndham Clark. He is sole possession of first place with a score of 197. 1 shot back is Adam Scott, JJ Spawn, and Andrew Novak. So they are 1 shot back. Let's push this up here a little bit higher. There we go. All right, now 2 shots back, we got Scotty Scheffler. We have Sam Burns, who has the perk, or issue, could be an issue too, and Connors. So Corey Connors. So those 3 are there at 2 shots back. They're 3 shots back. They should be over here, 3 shots back. My bad. They're 3 shots back. Nobody is 2 shots back at the moment. They're all 1 and 3 shots behind. Now 4 shots back by himself is Tommy Fleetwood. He's all alone, 4 shots back. Now we have a 4-way tie for 5 shots back. And I'm missing somebody. Somebody didn't get put where they were supposed to be put. Let's see here. Who am I missing? Oh, and that's an A minus. I had too many things there. All right, so we have McIlroy, we have Henley, we have Thomas, and we have English. So those 4 are going to be 5 shots back. Now we need to roll for the guys with perks and issues. So I'll bring this over here. And we're going to re-roll the black and white dies. But this time we're going to read black die first, white die second, not highest to lowest. The black die always comes first. And I'm going to start with our leader, Wyndham Clark. and he gets a 62, 6 and a 2. He's going to gain the stormy quality. So Wyndham Clark will be stormy. If he goes to mood, he will be stormy. Wyndham Clark. Now, British Open goes by pairs. So Wyndham Clark and Adam Scott will be the final pair. Next pairing will be Spahn and Novak. Then we come over here to Scheffler and Burns. Then we have Connors and Fleetwood. Then we have McIlroy and Henley. And finally, we have Thomas and English. All right, so we took care of Wyndham Clark, and now we're going to roll for, we're going to be looking for Adam Scott. And we'll see what Adam Scott has. Scott's a 21, a 2 and a 1 for Adam Scott. He's going to gain the sunny quality. So Adam's the exact opposite of the stormy quality, as you might expect. So in that final group, we're going to have a stormy Wyndham Clark and a sunny Adam Scott. Talk about your contrast. There you go. All right, now Sam Burns. Sam Burns. And there's somebody I forgot to roll a perk for because I was supposed to have 5 guys, and I moved these things and forgot who it was. So what I'm going to do is when the tournament starts, I will go back and watch this and see who got that actual perk, and then I'll add that in at the end. So if you say, hey, such and such supposed to roll for a perk, I realize that. I just don't have it with me in front of me. So I will do that, and they will get their perk or issue as it turns out. So here's Sam Burns. He gets a 52, 5 and a 2. He's going to gain choice quality, and there's a question mark, which means he could get it till further notice. It is till further notice. So how about that? Sam Burns, choice quality, TFN. That means every tournament that he makes the top 12, he will get to gain a choice quality. TFL. So Burns, let's see what kind of quality does he want to get. He could be a master. He could be a champion. There's all sorts of little things that he could be. I think we're going to give Sam Burns the champion quality. Sam Burns will be a champion. He will gain, I thought about master, but I think I'm going to give him champion. So he'll be a champion. All right, last but not least, Harris English. He gets a 36. 3 and a 6 is gain extra control. Let's see if that's till further notice because we rolled the thing there. It's not till further notice, just this one round. So Harris English gets extra control. And what that means basically is anytime we roll a white die of a 4, when we roll for the hole, even if the hole says it would control on a 4, Harris English with the extra control will alleviate that control from the hole and give it to himself. All right, so nobody got any chips to start with, no blue chips, no red chips, none of that stuff. But that's where we're sitting right now. That's how it stands. Like I said, I think I missed one of the guys that's supposed to have a perk or issue roll, so I will go back and watch it after the fact and make sure that person is rolled for before I start my round so that we don't have any issues on that. But that's the way the board looks after 3 rounds of the British Open. Wyndham Clark with a 1-shot lead over Adam Scott, J.J. Spahn, and Andrew Novak. Final round will be on Sunday. Not sure. I'm going to probably try to put it out early because if you think about it, the British Open is across the pond, and usually here on the, at least in the United States, East Coast, it's usually early morning when it's broadcast. So I'll probably try to put this out around 9 or 10 o'clock Sunday morning, just to kind of simulate the fact that it's coming from across the pond. But that's where we're at right now. Hope you enjoyed that presentation of the first 3 rounds of the 2025 British Open. And until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play. However you choose to play it, we'll see you all down the road.